Disclaimer, this is the don't listen to this podcast.
Don't listen to this podcast, asshole.
It's not good, don't listen.
Stop it.
This is not a podcast meant to be listened to.
Go home.
Go away, everyone should leave.
Bye-bye.
See you never. So I'm in the line at the ride I'm spinning in place. Like I'm like standing in one spot, just like spinning in a circle to try to get like the centrifugal force to like bring my
Is no one looking at you?
My friends are all with me, watching me and knowing I need to go to the bathroom. And they're like, dude, come on, man. Like, I'm like, I know, but I'm just like spinning in circles. So I'm like, hold it. Like desperation. Like I'm crying because I'm like,
Hunter.
Do not pee your pants. And then we get on the ride and sure enough, it dips away, but like not enough because right as the ride started, it went up again. And the way that the ride starts is it like fades in on a Florida sky and you're sitting in the rocket.
You fuck.
And I'm like, I'm just breathing.
Yeah.
And my friends next to me are like, you can do it. Like, just hold on. I'm like, it's like I'm giving birth to a baby, but I'm trying to keep myself from giving birth.
A piss baby.
I'm trying to like pull it back inward.
Ow.
And I'm just sitting there on the ride and I'm losing this battle. I'm not getting away with it. I'm fighting it so hard and I can't get out of it. And I'm like looking at what is a beautiful blue summer Florida sky on the screen in front of me. And it's like, it's like one last glance at the world before you slip off. And I'm just looking at it. I'm like, guys, and the kid next to me, this great guy, he's sitting next to me and he just goes, Hunter. I'm like, guys. And he goes, don't do it, man. Come on, man, don't do it. And then we hear T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it starts to rumble and then spin. And the second we take off from the ground,
you piss.
I pissed my pants so hard. And it took a while for it to stop.
Right, because it's full.
Once it started, I was like, okay, you'll just pee yourself and it'll be over. And then it went, psst.
Dude, your bladder's at max capacity.
I was like the whole flight up through the atmosphere.
Dude, you pissed.
I was peeing my pants.
Did your friends had to sit in your pee?
No. Oh, thank God. So the way that you're seated in your own little bowl. Like you're just in a seat. So we clear the stratosphere. I'm going, guys.
Wait,
guys.
Does it spin upside down?
No.
Okay, because then your piss would be flying all over in your face.
No, I'm sitting there, the rocket's going off, and I was just going, guys. And then sure enough, we blast off, and then I just get real quiet, and everyone else on the ride just goes, oh, come on.
Because they can
Hunter.
smell it.
And then we clear the stratosphere and we start head for the moon, and I'm just sitting in a bowl of my own urine.
You know what? It's all your fault.
And then we took off towards Mars and like discovered a new civilization.
Oh man.
But the whole time my friends are just next to me going like, you fuck.
Because you could have pissed and gotten on the ride.
Yeah, I know. But okay, so here's the end of the story. When I was at the ride, I didn't feel like I really had to go until that moment where I was like spinning in a circle.
Yeah.
And there's no one around for me to go like, can you let me out? Because I need to pee. Like the whole place is locked up. Like you're waiting for the next group to get out, to get in. There's no one else there.
Yeah.
So the ride ends and I'm soaked. Like I'm about as wet as I was when we were getting dumped on in the rain. I'm at the seat next to the door. So the door opens and I sprint out and I run down the hallway because I don't want the guy opening the door to be like, hey, come on. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't want to have to deal with that. So it's like a black box. So I jump out and I run and I get to the bathroom and I like abandon the scene and my friends, I just leave them behind. I was like, God damn it. I I didn't bring a change of clothes. Like I didn't have like a spare underwear.
Go
or
to the gift
shorts.
shop, buy some pants.
They didn't have any. So I was literally like, I'm just like in the bathroom, just like patting it with paper towels like as best I can. I'm like, I'm going to go to this fucking football dinner just soaked in piss. I'm going to smell like piss. Everyone's going to find out. This is a nightmare.
This sounds horrifying.
And then my good friend who I'd known since like kindergarten.
Yeah.
He walks in and he's a lineman. He's an offensive lineman. So he's a heavier dude. Earlier in that trip, I felt so bad because he and I were paired up and he ended up, it's like the hot Florida heat and he's a bigger guy and he gets chafe all in his crotch. So he's walking around, we're walking around together. He's just in so much pain. And right before I left, I was about to grab like my thing of Gold Bond powder just in case, and then I didn't. So now my friend is just completely like in pain and I wasn't able to help him. I had to just like walk around with him and like we just took our time, sat down a bunch. That guy, he walks in, great guy, walks in and he goes, "Hey, here you go." And he hands me a spare thing of underwear that he would always carry with him after the chafing thing because he didn't want to have to go through with that again. So he hands me his just in case underwear. He goes, "Here you go, man. That really sucked." And then he walks out and I was like, fuck, thank God.
What about your pants?
Well, they were like athletic shorts. So I just had to like throw them in the little like air dryer thing and then they were fine. But I couldn't stand out there in like bare naked, like with my dick out in front of the sink, like just drying my stuff off.
At Disney World.
So then I get out and I'm all dry. I'm like, dude, thank you. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's like, dude, don't worry about it. Like that sucks.
Best friend.
And then we're like surrounded by like the other guys who were on the ride with us.
Did they keep quiet?
And I'm like, you guys, please, you can't tell anybody. And they're like, dude, don't worry about it. Like, we won't say a thing.
Good friends.
Such great friends. And then we turned around and we went back on the ride. And we did, and we went back because the line was even shorter this time. We're like, oh great. We get up, we're like all the way at the front, and
they didn't clean the.
So here's what happened. While I was gone, I don't know what happened exactly, but something happened because we got off. I went and changed.
Right.
I got back. It still wasn't shut down. Like another group of people had gotten on the ride.
So someone went in your piss bowl.
So I got on the ride. I got off, changed. We went back in line up at the front. We see a worker come out of the ride. This is the ride that went after us.
Yeah.
Had ended, and the third one was about to start. A guy walks out, whispers something to the other person he works with, and the other person he works with just rolls his eyes, and then they go on the loudspeaker and go, "The ride is going to be shut down temporarily for maintenance." And they were like, well, we all know what that's fucking for.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Hunter. You pissed your pants. And they shut down Disney World.
That's hilarious.
So we walked off and we looked at some fucking other art. But yeah, I think that means that someone sat in the
100%
bowl of piss because it's a dark...
Dude.
It's like a black closet, so you can't see. So that means someone just... I was like, I wasn't thinking. I just pissed my pants.
That carny who like was supposed to, check the ride after you got off, he sucks. He sucks.
Just blame the guy who was working on it.
He was just like, whatever.
Dude, I had ample opportunity to go to the bathroom. I just didn't. But then I learned a valuable lesson, and that's
go to the fucking bathroom when you need to,
or piss your pants and figure out who your friends are. Figure out who the people are who are going to protect you.
Yeah, you're lucky they were there, huh?
Dude,
you're lucky Chafe Man had a spare Chafe underwear.
And while that whole thing was happening, I was like, oh God, I should have been there to help him out. I think he might have even told me to like, hey, can you bring that Gold Bond that you have just in case? And I didn't. Like, I felt
dropped the ball there, dude.
I felt so bad.
But he didn't drop the ball.
And I ended up just like following him around and like just trying to cheer him up because chafe, like in the Florida humid
what the fuck
air,
is chafe?
It's like a rash. It's basically when your skin, like it gets wet, right? Like from sweat or just moisture, and then it rubs against itself. So you get like a skin rash. And he had that like by his balls.
Ow.
So he was just like every step was
excruciating pain.
Just terrible shooting pain, stinging.
And you fix that with Gold Bond?
Well, yeah, because it dries it up.
Huh.
So it's like it doesn't sting and like rub against itself. It's like it's got some powder to help.
Humans are weird.
Super weird.
My balls are wet and they got red and hurt. What a fucking concept.
My tender balls can't take the warm, wet air.
I can't walk.
Warm, wet air hurts my balls.
I can't walk. The function that I have for being bipedal. We weren't meant to wear clothes. That's the fact, dude.
We weren't even meant to be this big, I don't think, either.
What are we, like hobbits are we looking at?
I don't know. It is weird how, like, we're all pretty much the same, but the world around us has evolved like crazy.
I don't think we're exactly the same. I bet if you looked at a human from like the 1800s, there's slight differences.
Sure, but I'm saying,
like they don't have phones.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that, like if you were to like take us all out and we were in a void, you'd like if no evolution technology had taken place,
We'd be the same.
you'd all just kind of be the same people. Like we're all still doing the same fucking Cro-Magnon
Yeah,
shit,
but maybe we've hit a new tier of evolution where it's not a physical improvement, but more of a technological and mind improvement.
That's what I mean, man. It's like everything around us has evolved so much, but we like as a species haven't kept up with it. It's weird to see.
Dude, we are like really weak physically. Like we're bags of flesh.
We just banked on brain power.
Like if we had rhino powers, like if we were as strong as rhinos, or like if something hit us and like if you hit a rhino with a bat, it's gonna look at you and be like, yo, I'm gonna fuck.
You're gonna hit a rhino with a bat?
But if you do, it's not gonna hurt it that much, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, why would you be in that position in the first place?
What I'm trying to say is we need to be like that physically.
Why are you beating rhinos with
No,
bats?
it'd be nice if I got hit by a bat, I wouldn't fucking cry and cripple and die.
Yeah.
You know, like if someone hits me in the bat with a head really hard, that could be it. If you hit a rhino in the head with a bat,
and a bat with the head?
you know what I mean? In the head with a bat.
Where would you hit a rhino with a bat?
Like the side.
Like it's like the, like the fucking strength of a rhino's abdomen.
Yeah.
You're just get like a wall of meat. You're just gonna slam it.
I just think like even chimpanzees and monkeys are way stronger than us.
Dude, hippos, people need to give hippos more credit.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Hippos are machines.
They eat so fast.
They eat boats of people. They eat entire boats of people at once.
Yeah.
They're like but they look like cuddly cows. Like they look harmless.
Every other animal pretty much is stronger than we are in some way or another. The only thing is we have thumbs.
Well, we're also
Smart.
But
you can argue that we are smart because of the thumbs.
Mm.
You know.
How? What?
Well, it's,
Wait, what?
No, I'm serious. No, I'm serious. Like
we're smart because of our thumbs.
I think when we were very early on between like going.
Other animals have thumbs.
Yes. I know, but. No, you gotta listen to this explanation.
There are so many animals with thumbs.
Yeah, but they didn't evolve like we did. But the thumbs are
because their brain wasn't the same.
But the thumb is a prerequisite.
No, it can't be because
100%.
there's so many animals.
Because
with
we
thumbs.
need to make tools. Tool making is essential in the evolution of humans.
Right, but you need a brain.
You can't make tools with 4 non-thumb fingers.
But you need a brain to come up with.
Yeah, that's why
tools.
the thumb is a prerequisite. If you
I think the brain is the prerequisite.
Because if you had no thumbs, like if humans never had thumbs, we would have made nothing.
Right, but if you hadn't thought of it either, which came first, the brain or the thumb?
Definitely the thumb.
No,
the thumb came before the brain for sure. Look at chimps.
Well,
now
I'm not saying the thumb. I'm not saying the thumb didn't come before the brain. I'm saying that in order to evolve like we did.
Okay, brain's probably more important, but
Yeah.
thumb is really important.
Oh,
man, thumbs are really important. What are we talking about? The rhinos, hippos. Yeah, these animals, they got it way better. They can take damage.
Yeah, but look what they're doing. They're just eating and shitting and.
But imagine if
we've got like
we could be
video
that.
games.
Yes, but we could be that and also
We're going
strong.
to the moon. Dude, no animal has ever been to the moon.
We have to like work out consistently for a long time and eat.
I was thinking about this the other day, right? So in the whole quarantine thing, especially, you can get depressed pretty easily, right? Because
Sure.
you're just kind of sitting there. Like everyone gets
Sedentary.
Everyone gets down, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's because you want to die.
Okay.
I think that's because your brain. So, like that's what I'm saying is like everything around us has evolved more than we have now. That like, but we're still pretty much the same. So we've got like this fucked up shit in our head and all throughout us that can't keep up with everything that we're creating.
You're losing me.
So what I'm saying is, what was I saying?
We want to die.
Right. So when we're doing nothing,
That's where you lost me, by the way. Yeah, but continue.
when we're doing nothing, it goes completely against like all that's in us that hasn't evolved with all the technology around. Like we're still just beings that need to get out and try to survive and like hunt and do all this stuff. So it's important to stay active. And we've replaced that with like sports and hunting and or even just like video games or whatever.
Walking.
Yeah. Exact work. All that stuff is to replace the activity in our brain that used to be responsible for like get up, go out and survive.
Yeah.
But now that we don't need to get up and go out and survive, we've like replaced it
With mundane shit.
exactly. But now we can't do any of that.
So now we're not even human.
But we also don't need to get out and hunt for food and all that. Like that's all in our little cave or
We just Amazon
apartment or house or
whatever.
yeah, exactly.
Potatoes.
So because we're not doing anything and we don't need to get anything.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that the brain is like
I want to die.
is not it's like, oh, we're doing nothing. We have everything we need. This is what death is. So then you start preparing to die. Like mentally, your brain starts being, we're not going out, we're not getting food. So we must be about to die.
No.
So then you're like, I'm gonna die soon. So I'm just gonna sit here and wallow. But you're not about to die. You're about to keep living because you have food.
Yeah,
you have water.
That might be.
You have the people around you. So it's like your brain is just like, if we're just sitting here, then we're not gonna survive. So we better start getting ready to die. And we take that in as like having a bummer Saturday. But it's really your brain being like, hey man,
we're dying.
You're about to die, but you're not because you have everything you need.
Yeah. What you were talking about earlier about the replacing hunting and shit, like survival with. This is how you know we're dumb because people go on walks. Like walking is what you did to get around, literally, because that was your only option.
Right.
Like when you were a caveman, if you didn't walk, you just stayed in the same place forever.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, man, my life is so meaningless. I'm gonna go take a walk. That's what that is. Mm-hmm. Like if we had to walk, walking would be like, fuck, man, I gotta walk to get over there. Now it's like, oh, man, but I don't want to be depressed, so I'm gonna go take a walk because it's good for my brain. Mm-hmm. It's such a stupid. That's another thing. Why do we need to do that? What a dumb animal we are.
No, I need to go for a walk. No, you lost me. What are you talking about?
Dude, it's so stupid that we have to do this shit to like feel good.
Right.
To like not even feel good, to not feel bad.
Right. That's what I'm saying is that we're doing it retroactively. We're doing it to prevent the thing that was supposed to prevent that. You know what I'm saying? Like we would feel like we're about to die, so we would go out and we would hunt for food. Now we have all the food and we don't want to feel like we want to die, so we like play with that part of ourselves.
It's the same things with carbs and sugars, man.
You like rub the clit of
what?
Not wanting to die in your brain.
You've lost me so hard
by taking a walk. No, you got a little clit in your brain.
No, I don't have a clitoris in my brain. I do not. I can 100% confirm no clitoris in the brain.
You go out and you solve a little jigsaw.
Nope.
And that little.
That's another fucking thing.
That little clit in your brain's like
jigsaw puzzles. What a stupid idea.
You got a problem with jigsaw puzzles?
I have a problem with puzzles in general. It's a piece of paper that looks like a tiger or a flower or whatever, and you and your fucking family think it's fun on Christmas to throw all this shit on a table and fucking solve it. And then when it's solved, you look at it. But you can already look at it because the box is already there. You already know what's going to happen. You wasted your time. It's useless. It's not even fun. And then they have like 10,000 piece puzzles. Great. Now you have to sift through 10,000 little fucking orange. They're all orange.
I gotta.
And God forbid you do an ocean puzzle. It's all fucking blue. Then it's just trial and error.
Oh my god, so violently opposed to puzzles.
It's a stupid idea. It's a dumb concept. Now, if it was challenging, like in a real way, you know, like, you know what was great instead of puzzles? American's Ninja Warrior. That's way better than puzzles, dude. That's a challenge right there. You can fall and break your leg. This is real high stakes. We should do that for Christmas. Get on the fucking course.
American Ninja Warrior Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy holidays. You fucking killed yourself.
No, but see, if
breaking your neck on the.
If we weren't so feeble and weak as creatures, everyone could do that. But instead, we fucking make puzzles. It's not even whatever. Who came up with the first puzzle?
I'm fucking crying from your.
Think about like someone at some point had to be like, I'm gonna make a thing where you have to put pieces together. It's a who thought of this?
I need a minute.
It's a stupid idea. Puzzles. Like my grandpa.
Happy holidays, Grandma. Let's go out the ninja course and jump around some obstacles.
That would be cooler than if we had puzzles. Oh, and this what really bugs me about like family puzzle time or whatever. My family doesn't do this. This is like white people shit. Like they'll work on it over the course of the Christmas week.
Oh my God.
Just get it done. Like what is you walk by and look for a piece and add it in, and then by the end of the week it might be done. What a fucking stupid. These are the things that give people meaning. Jesus died for this. This is his fucking birthday. Have some goddamn respect.
Oh my God. That's what I mean is like we create problems
to solve. A puzzle is literally an unnecessary problem we've made for ourselves. I just realized this is humans making shit up.
We like created a picture and then we cut it up into a bunch of janky pieces and then we threw all the pieces, scattered them, and they're like, all right, how do we put this back together?
And people buy it. They buy a problem to solve.
It's not like we don't have real shit to deal with either.
And sometimes solving not real problems helps us cope with our actual problems. Like when you solve a puzzle, maybe you're escaping from your abusive father. And you're like, at least I don't have to think about that. I'll just think about this puzzle. It's a lot more low stakes.
I don't. When I put the tiger piece next to the panda piece, I don't think about how my dad touched my butt.
I was thinking more like hitting, dude. Not child butt touching, dude. Too. It's gross.
When I make the cloud, I feel like my dad loved me when he beat me with a stick.
Yeah. So this the thing, distractions.
Oh my God. Because it feels like you just feel like you need a problem to fix. Because when you're in your little hut trying to scour for bamboo shoots to eat. Because there's no...
And you're in China.
Because there's no Burger King yet. Yeah, that's important.
Because you got bamboo around.
And you're about, a few thousand years away from Burger King coming around. That was your problem, and you solved it, and your brain would be like, yeah, fucking good job looking for that food, because here, feel good, because if you didn't find that,
dude,
you'd be dead. But now that we're like, I have literally everything I need. I literally need of nothing.
Yes.
I have everything I could possibly want right here.
Right.
In arm's reach. And your brain's like, well, I guess it's over.
Yeah, and then to mitigate this, humans were like, what about like jobs? Let's make a career so you have something. And then once you have retired, you got to take care of kids. And it's like, fucking, it's all, you're making too many problems. And you know what? I'm glad you brought up Burger King. Now, I'm serious. Because Burger King's another example of false problems, okay? So you go there, and they say flame broiled, right? Or flame whatever, Whopper on a grill. It's not on a real grill. They just paint the grill marks. Mm-hmm. It's a fake problem burger.
Wait, what's the
The problem is like, it used to be a grill. It leaves burn marks on your patty. It's not all evenly cooked. You got a little mark on it.
Right.
Now, because we're used to that problem, Burger King couldn't just sell us a normal burger made on a flat griddle that doesn't burn the whole fucking thing. They had to go in there with a goddamn paintbrush and paint your fucking meat black on stripes so it looks, you think of it as the fake problem.
Do you think puzzles were invented originally as like a prescription against suicide? Because
no one. I don't even know when puzzles were invented.
Well, listen, because suicide even today, especially today, is like a serious epidemic, mental health crisis.
Right.
But I mean, you know how like there's that Library of Alexandria or whatever that like got burned down. So like we've lost knowledge, like
so suicide puzzle
all over the time
is in there.
Well, someone had to be the first person to
guy.
like commit suicide by like being depressed. Like even depression itself doesn't require you to be a 21st century. It seems to enhance that feeling a lot.
Sure.
But you don't need to be within like the digital age to have the chemical problem in your head. Exactly. Yeah. So someone at some like Neanderthal was like
sad caveman. Hey, suicide is not funny. This is not funny.
Sad.
It's just funny to think about a sad caveman.
There could have been a caveman who was planting his wheat field.
They didn't have wheat.
I don't have any purpose. And then he went off and jumped off a cliff. And maybe at a point, one human was smart enough to think, well, hey, what if I like gave you these like rocks that like make this shape, and if you put it all together, it'll make this shape. No. And they were like, I feel a little better because I'm not doing anything all the time.
What that caveman would have done is he would have been like, the fuck is this? And then he would have jumped off the cliff anyway. Puzzles do not solve suicide whatsoever.
But that's why I'm an optimist.
I'm not a pessimist for suggesting that caveman suicide rates went down because of a guy's idea to make a rock puzzle.
I'm just saying, maybe you got to be more hopeful.
I'm a hopeful guy.
Maybe you got to believe.
I'm a believer. I am a believer so hard.
Yeah, but you're pretty vehemently opposed to puzzles.
No, I hate puzzles. Of course, I hate puzzles. It's a waste of time.
That's where games come from.
Games are better than puzzles.
But games
you can't shoot something in a puzzle.
But it's the same idea of like.
But it's a better outlet because if I'm shooting somebody in a game, I don't have to shoot them in real life.
Dude, I don't think you would have survived like 50 years ago with like 1950s level of entertainment, like the things that were provided for you to entertain yourself.
I wouldn't know any different.
Well, yeah, but like
I would have been like Mr. Sandman. All
right, let's say
that's what I would be.
All right, you're a Back to the Future situation. You get sent back. You're from now, but
I would hate it.
Yeah.
I would hate living in the 50s.
You're able to like get past the
mainly
whole,
because
like,
everyone's super more racist in the 50s. And this is all before civil rights. So I'd have to deal with that too.
Dude, I totally whitewashed that whole situation.
What water fountain am I drinking from? Am I drinking from the whites one or the blacks one? Because I'm brown. I'm right in the fucking middle. They didn't have brown water fountains.
That I completely just like sugarcoated that whole thing because I was picturing like you would be fine. You'd get there and you would just be yourself.
That's your white man speaking.
You would have to get past, the weirdness of like, why do you know so much about cars and like phone technology?
And there's no video games.
And you got to learn to like suppress that. And then you got to and then you just have to acclimate, and that kind of sucks. But you would actually like have a whole host of other problems.
I jumped right to there's too many racists now.
Well, that's the right place to go.
The axis of livable changes immediately from the 60s onwards for black folks and people of color, right? Mm-hmm. Before then, it's like, this is not fun at all. After the 60s, it's like, we might have some fun at some point. And now people are starting to have fun, but then it's like, there's still a little bit of, the party's not as cool as it could be. It's a little lamer than we expected when we signed up for the Civil Rights Party. And I'm just saying, we need to liven it up. The music needs to be better. There needs to be better...
Where are you going with this?
It's like a party, man. This whole life is a party, right? Life's a party, except for some people that have different skin color. It's not as fun of a party. And then the 60s happened. Martin Luther King was like, I have a dream that we all part of the same party. We go to the same thing. We drink the same beer. We have a great time. Then it was like some black people and some people of color got to go to the party. But the party wasn't as cool still. They still don't have the cool costumes and... It's just not the same. And I want the same party. I want us to all be in the same happy-go-lucky fun time. But if I went back to the 50s, fuck no, I couldn't have a good time.
No, you definitely not.
I'd stay in Iran.
And this is before the idea of terrorism.
I'm sure there were terrorists in the 50s.
That's like a...
They just didn't...
It's like a 90s, like that's when that started, like that act of terror kind of thing started up.
We should have... If I went back in time, this is what I would do to fix terrorism. I'm serious. I would make it so that, and I don't know how I would do this, but I would make it so that technology never hits the Middle East. So they don't know about planes or nothing. These guys, what are they going to do, walk here and blow things up? No. They're not doing any of that. All right, so fuck them. You don't need this.
You want to M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, the entire
Middle East, quarter it off.
Yeah, there's nothing else. There's like weird monsters if you go outside of the desert.
Yeah, just stay right there. And you know what?
That's oppression.
Then sure, and I would have never gotten out of the Middle East because I was born there.
Yeah,
I'm willing to deal with that consequence.
Oh my god!
If I didn't know any better,
you can't oppress a whole group of people because on the off chance,
dude.
This is the whole plot to Minority Report.
What's Minority Report?
It's that Tom Cruise movie.
I don't care if he's in it. I don't care.
This is like what the movie is. It's like this Tom Cruise one where it's Steven Spielberg. He directed it, and Tom Cruise is like the cop who does the pre-crime where there's the 3 weird alien type baby things that are able to see into the future, so they show future crimes, and the police arrest people because they're about to commit a crime. But it's like, how can you incriminate a bunch of people before they do anything? And then it becomes a whole plot.
I changed my answer. What I would do is I would travel back in time and I would shoot Bin Laden in the head before, like as he was born. I would go to the day of his birth. I'd kill him and his family, and then I would become the terrorist, but I would be like a peaceful terrorist. So I would say, in the name of God, let's make some muffins and share them with our neighbors.
How is that terror?
Because I'm not an actual terrorist.
You do just want to be a king. Like, you do just want to, like, impose your will on everybody.
Dude, if it was up to me, things would be so much better in a lot of cases. Not in all cases, okay? Yeah. I'm not the best.
Like all those people you killed?
I'm not killing anybody. What I'm doing is I'm going over there and I'm turning terrorists into muffin makers. and you know what? That's amazing.
Putting a new spin on the idea of, do you know the Muffin Man?
Yeah, I'd be the Muffin Man, the Middle Eastern Muffin Man. Are you serious? Triple M.
They'd call me Triple M.
And I would fly over to the U.S. And then the relationship between the Middle East and the United States would be amazing.
Because your main export is muffins.
And it's like, oh, we love the Middle Eastern Muffin Man. And my face would be everywhere. I'd have a little muffin chef hat. And you know those pictures of those like ISIS terrorists and wearing all black and they all look scary? Now they're all holding trays of muffins.
Oh my god.
And they have like Arabic writing in the background, but it's not seen as scary. It's seen as cool because it's a muffin. I would have saved the Middle East.
Is that like symbol they have that's like a white circle? Do you replace that with just like a muffin with like Arabic?
I don't know what symbol you're talking about, but yes. And people, like, right now, if you go to the South and you show Arabic writing, that scares the shit out of your people. Because they just don't like Arabs.
In your plan, they would associate that with muffins.
Yes! Can you imagine if, like, Obama was like, my fellow Americans, ISIL sent a new shipping of muffins. The Islamic State is giving us muffins for free.
Your Middle East peace plan is completely hinged on the idea that everybody loves a muffin.
Okay, fine. Not just muffins. We're pastries. This is the pastry Middle East. Donuts, muffins, whatever. Just anything but the opposite of terrorism. No flying planes. No more bombs. Everyone chill the fuck out. If I killed Bin Laden and instituted a new way to worship God in the Middle East,
carpet bomb muffins across Iraq.
Like planes would fly over, but they like,
and rather than an explosion, it's just
yeah.
It's like fucked up muffins all over. Dude, that would create like a rodent problem because then you're gonna have like all this food all over the place.
You're thinking too far ahead, but I would be serious about this. In a less like muffin way, I would definitely have like killed Bin Laden and then and instituted a new. I wouldn't even be Muslim, but I would pretend to be Muslim, and I would institute a new Islamic happy state where we're happy and we do happy things for God. Mm-hmm. Right. That's what I would do, and I would out Christian the Christians. Like I would I would do more helping of thy neighbor and shit, and then they would be like, oh fuck, and then. then
It's not a competition.
No, but then it'd be a who can make the world better competition.
It's not but then it's not like actually being nice. It's like, I'm gonna hug the shit out of you.
No, but you do, yeah, and then but no one dies because of that, and I'm okay with that.
Except for right now.
Who's dying because of happiness competitions?
No hugs. Because of
COVID.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if COVID happened, it'd be like, let's all socially distance 6 feet apart for God. That's what would happen.
That's probably what like all religions were originally. It's like, we should all be nice because of this guy.
I don't think so. I think it was like, I need to kill my son because God told me to. Isn't that how Moses fucking was like? He was like, or was it Abraham? Moses? I don't know who it was. God was like, kill your son. He's like, no.
That's not where the religion came from.
Yeah, but that's like stories like
story.
that. Yeah, stories like that are fucked up, dude.
Yeah, because you got to like make sense of it. So you're like, okay, so the reason he did that was because of God. So you shouldn't do that.
No. The message of that is do anything for God, even kill your own son. And that's where religion gets fucked up.
That's where it's come about. But like originally, the story might have been like, hey, so this guy did this crazy thing because he had these like visions from God, but then God like saved him, so he lucked out. So don't do that. And then like stories get twisted and meanings get misinterpreted. So
dude, I bet if we actually got to read the Bible as it was written, it would be much more interesting.
I don't think it would be any different.
I think it'd be a lot different. I think the translations and the time has not gone well for it.
Well, the basic,
there are multiple versions of it.
I mean, like different languages and stuff.
No, but even historically, like there are different literal passages have been altered through translation.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So it's like, what does that mean? Because I know and I don't know if this is true, but one of my Muslim friends told me that this whole like die and get 72 virgins it's been mistranslated. It's raisins, because raisins are a delicacy in the Middle East, and raisins were really good. So if you died for God, you'd get a bunch of raisins.
You'd get 72 raisins? Is that even that many raisins?
Maybe back then.
Oh, fuck, dude. Were people like super poor? Like they just needed dried fruit?
I don't know. Listen, no one takes it seriously.
To get people to kill other people?
I'm just saying that,
like that's I'm picturing raisins, like a sack of raisins.
Right.
Like that's a hefty, like that's a money bag.
Good amount of raisins.
Of raisins.
And Islam is a newer religion than Christianity. So if that was mistranslated, and Christianity's been through so much reformation and
dude, you're blowing my mind right now. With that'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah, so all these guys dying for God, they're not getting the thing they want.
Could you imagine if they get up there and they do get raisins?
Is this serious? Are you serious?
The one bag of fruit.
And then God's like, yeah, and psych, bitch, you're going to hell because you're a fucking idiot.
Wait, but why would you need raisins in heaven?
Dude.
Like
because they're making this up so that people have purpose and meaning in life. Right. This has nothing to do with heaven.
Raisins are the puzzles of religion.
Sure. Religion causes problems too. That don't need to exist.
Well, because what I'm saying is that if originally, right, the idea was like we should all just be happy and give each other raisins, right? Yeah. But then one guy was like, yeah, and if you kill that guy, you'll get all these raisins.
More
and
raisins.
Then that turned into blow up this building and you'll get to fuck all these women. And people were like, whoa!
yeah. The translation, very big problem.
So the people that your muffin people, they might misinterpret this one day.
Shit, here comes the cycle, dude.
And then they're like, it's muffins, but if you kill that guy, you get 8 muffins. And you're like, but that's not kindness and happiness. It's like, oh no, the guy you kill gets 12 muffins. And you're like, fucking A right, let's go kill some shits. Yeah. And then you find out, and then even later they're like, no, if you kill all those people, you'll get an orgy. But everyone comes gold. So you get like paid by yourself to have sex. And they're like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. And I'm like,
but God said it, so do it.
Like, all right, yeah, all right. Fucking A, let's go.
The Muffin Man said it. Now listen to this. This is the most ridiculous story in religion. Is the one about Noah's Ark. All the other ones,
not the one about the guy who lived inside of a whale.
That one's even more plausible. Yes, because a human could fit inside a whale.
You can't live in a whale.
But you could fit in there. You could potentially live in there. But the chances of
it's not about the fit.
What's more plausible?
You're on a big boat with a bunch of animals.
It's not a big boat with a bunch of animals. It's the biggest boat that's ever been invented. One guy made it. He put every single animal that ever existed, male and female.
Maybe there weren't that many animals back then.
Nope, there were a lot. There were a lot because these fundamentalists.
That's more plausible than a guy.
No.
Dude, I bet you I could get.
Can you build a boat with your bare hands right now?
Can you live inside of a whale?
Yes.
How?
Kill the whale.
No, it's alive.
All right.
The story is
more plausible, dude.
that he gets swallowed by a whale. The whale goes on
This
doing
is a metaphorical whale, by the way.
Yeah, this is also a metaphorical arc.
No, because people believe this literally.
People believe the whale thing,
Then
too.
they're equally stupid. There is no... Dude, do you know how hard it is, first of all, to build a boat with your hands? And no tools. This motherfucker had no buzzsaws, chainsaw, no guide on YouTube how to make a kayak. He built an SS Titanic with his fucking hands out of planks of wood because God's gonna flood the goddamn planet.
Yeah, and this guy went out sailing. A whale came out, swallowed the boat and him in it.
At least he has a small boat.
He's living in a whale. He's living inside of a living thing.
But
he's like making campfires
all right.
and eating what the whale eats.
I agree.
You would have to sustain yourself inside of an animal.
I agree that this is also equally totally not plausible. But let me just explain something to you, okay?
But with the faith of God, it could be real.
Okay, shut up. I am a religious person, right? But when I see this, right, you're telling me Noah first of all, he has a normal human lifespan, which back then is like 20 years, if you're lucky. This guy, with his wife and kids, builds this enormously large boat, larger than any boat man has made today, by himself, without any nails or nothing, just wood. Then what he does is he travels across the globe on foot and finds every single animal. And not just one of them, 2 of them. That means ants. He found ants and bees and I don't know, lynx, cats, and he puts them all on the boat. How does he feed the animals? Why don't the animals eat each other? Does he make special enclosures for each animal? None of it makes sense. And listen, I'm all for religion. I really am. But I'm not for stupid. Jesus definitely existed, and if he knew that this is what his legacy was, he'd be fucking pissed off at all of us.
Yeah, but
he'd be like, "I told you to hang out and love each other and help the poor. What is this bullshit?"
And make muffins.
Make a muffin.
See how fucking strung out it can get,
dude.
It's dangerous, and that is a more likely story to get stretched out than the whale one. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's more likely that a guy made a medium-sized boat.
Okay, you're right.
Gathered his farm.
It's not a medium.
And went sailing, rather than a guy getting eaten by a whale and then living in the whale.
Yeah, because the stomach acid of the whale is going to kill you.
Until he got out of the whale.
How?
And told it, he prayed.
Pooped it out?
He prayed really
Did he
hard.
get pooped out?
No.
Did he walk out the front?
If he walks out the front, he's under 50 feet of water. He can't escape the whale. Also, he's in the whale.
There's water in the whale.
Yes.
That's how they breathe.
But, like, there's a lot of problems with this. This is what I'm trying to express to you.
I honestly will believe more that Jesus walked on water than both of those stories. Like, I really will believe that.
Like, he, like, had some shit under the water or whatever?
No, like, I really would believe, like, I don't actually believe the guy walked on water. But it's more plausible to me that the Son of God can walk on water than Noah's Ark or whale guy. Also, Noah would have to fit a whale on the boat. No, so the guy that's in the whale...
It's flooded. All the fish are fine.
Oh. That makes a lot... Wait. That makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense.
So
but
your muffin people could get really taken away with whatever cult you put... This is what I said at the beginning. You should have a cult.
No. The only time I'd have a cult is if there was no violence. No one kills anybody.
You're happy people.
People. But then you convince me. They could misinterpret it. When I'm dead, no one's there to tell them what to do.
You get the guy who takes over for you.
Yeah,
and that's me.
But that did not go well in other religions.
And he's like your economy guy. And he's like, yeah, and guess what? He also told me that you all should have sex with me.
Oh my God.
We should all go fucking suck. Over in his chambers,
no.
And he'll grace us with his divine being, and they're already bought in. I don't need to convince them. You've done all the work for me.
This is what happens with all religions, right? Because in Islam, there's 2 different sects. Because the successor, they disagreed with the successor, So they split. And then some people were like, no, Muhammad said this guy's the guy.
Right.
Right? So the Muffin story is very analogous to this. If you're my successor. And that's why when a religion happens and the leader dies, the religion should die immediately.
But that's the thing about faith is when you get people riled up, like people can't, like once you get them involved, invested in the thing, it outlives you, you know?
But that's a problem.
Like it becomes bigger than you, and
That's also a problem.
The cult of people, right? People are stupider than the individual, so then they take it too far.
Yeah.
And it becomes a mess.
But that's why it would really be awesome if God could just communicate with us. Like send us a telegram once in a while. Like, do this. Because we would all do it.
Make muffins. Just
If
start making
God
muffins.
actually talked to us, if he was like, hey guys, 9/11 not so cool. Let's all hang out, open the borders, food for everybody, no slave labor. Is anyone going to say no? And if they do, lightning from the sky kills you. This would be a great
If everyone
world.
knows and is able to agree on what happened, then yeah.
Right, but if I was God, I would just kill all the people that didn't agree. And
Once again, you're killing people.
this is for the sake of
Muffins and happiness everywhere.
okay. All right. Listen, it can be very dicey. This is a dicey. The God business is a dicey business.
You think?
You have to make some tough decisions.
Oh yeah.
Like, because this is the thing. People are so stupid. If I say make muffins and love each other, like you said, some guy's gonna turn it into a suck and fuck fest. I gotta kill that guy. I gotta kill him. Because he's gonna turn my beautiful creation into a perverted religion.
But you can't kill people. It's bad.
Yeah, that's where God went wrong. He wrote, "Thou shalt not kill." That means he can't kill. He's got to follow his own rules, right? He should have put, "Only I can kill." That's a way better rule than "Thou shalt not kill," because that's even like more don't kill.
Unless people are able to get convinced.
Because no one can someone can convince you
that
but you're killing for God, so it's okay. But no one can
I
convince
am
you.
God's instrument.
Yeah, but okay, that's true. But no, it's not true, because if God says only I can kill, like directly, not through anybody, stipulation asterisk under the commandment, only I can kill, really only me, not through any instruments, just me.
You realize you're creating a manifesto right now.
If I was God, yes, these are the rules, because then no one would
This
kill.
is the Muffin Man Manifesto.
It's all M's. The Middle Eastern Muffin Man's manifesto. The Ten Commandments. Yeah, so the Muffin Man Manifesto would be more clear than the Ten Commandments. Honestly, the Ten Commandments are pretty clear, but people keep fucking it up. So I don't know, maybe even if I was super clear, then...
It would still get jumbled.
And that's where I would smite. Lightning from the sky.
You're muffin smiting.
Zeus. But me.
Well, with that...
Yeah. So listen.
That's our time.
That's our time. And I'm going to tell you guys this.
Holy shit.
It's been a ride. It's
what
been a ride.
a fucking episode.
We went from pissing ourselves.
It's a shame that no one gets to hear all this.
Because they really shouldn't have made it this far.
I'm so bummed that no one gets to hear all that crazy fucking shit.
And last time, 2 people disliked our thing.
You shouldn't even be watching it in the first place.
First of all, fuck you for listening all the way. And then,
you know what? If you do have the fucking nerve to listen to the episode,
don't dislike it.
Then give it a fucking like. The show isn't called Don't Like This Podcast.
It's called Don't Listen.
It's called Don't Listen.
You weren't even supposed to be here, asshole.
So fuck you.
Yeah, I told you not to listen. We told you. You're over here. You're complaining. We told you not to do it.
If you don't like it, I feel like we're getting too off on a tear here. But if you fucking listen to this, we told you not to, and then you don't like it, fucking keep it to yourself.
Yeah, just dislike in your own head, all right? Because we don't really... Actually, you know what? Fuck, we don't even care. No one's supposed to listen. But don't do it anyway. Anyways, don't come back, ever.
See you never.
Yeah, bye.